David, let's talk about the personal, the emotional aspect of all of this. Surely, for those in and around Tesla, this interview, as fantastic as the reporting is not a success for Tesla or even Elon Musk.
No, it's not. It actually makes him sound like he's pretty close to the breaking point, tearing up in the interview, saying that he would really want somebody to come in and help him run the company at this point, talking about how stressful this Model 3 ramp up and getting that production going really was on his life and his personal life, his family life, not seeing his children. It sounds like when he said it was production hell, it sounds like it was also personal hell for him. So I can see why he would want another executive to come in and help him run things. And that's not really a new idea. He's talked about that in the past. And really, if you look at the problems the company has had, it's something that he probably really should do. Because the biggest issue he's had before this whole saga with the go private effort was production. And if you go back a couple of months when Monroe and Associates tore down a Model 3 and said it could be a profitable car and it was very well engineered, what Sandy Monroe told me at the time was, he could hire us or 100 companies to help him get that plant going really well. But Elon didn't want to do that. He didn't want to bring in consultants, and he hasn't hired a COO who would help him do that. And it's sort of self-inflicted that it's come to this point.
David, he comes across in this as totally overwhelmed, but there is some substance in this interview with the New York Times that I want to delve a little bit deeper into. The idea that they approached Sheryl Sandberg over the last couple of years to support Elon Musk, I struggle with that because, as you've pointed out, what he seems to need more than anything is someone with the industrial experience, not the executive help, and not just that alone.
That's right, but maybe if Sheryl Sandberg came in, she would hire a head of manufacturing. That's sort of been a revolving door at Tesla. She might hire a head of manufacturing or just get the organization stabilized so that they can get the assembly lines going. And also continuity of staff. They've had people in finance leave. They've had people in manufacturing and product development and engineering leave. They've had some of their autonomous people leave. So, and they bring new people in. Tesla is good at attracting talent, but there's been turnover there. And if you got a professional manager in there, then maybe you could stabilize things. Look, this is sort of a life cycle thing for Tesla. Companies often have this brilliant entrepreneur who has great ideas, and they get to a certain point where they're maturing and need a real manager operator to come in. And you don't get the sense from this interview or from the company's recent history that that's really his game.
And David, speaking of maturity, texting whilst driving probably is not going to impress anyone either, but the idea that text on funding secured, that tweet on funding secured, was sent whilst he was driving to the airport without a review, with no oversight, with nothing, that's pretty revealing, David.
It is, and so let's look at that in its totality. He basically announces his intent to go private via Twitter while driving. It wasn't reviewed. The funding is either going to come from maybe the Saudi Public Investment Fund, maybe SpaceX. So it doesn't sound like that's really, that whole funding plan was really baked and well thought out before he sent that out. It almost sounds like in a moment of maybe frustration or disgust with short sellers and so forth, he just kind of sent it out. And yeah, that will not make the SEC very happy if what we're, this is shaping up to be. It's true that he just sort of sent this out without a real plan and real funding baked and ready to go.
Well, David Welch, I can tell you the market's not impressed this morning. The stock's down another 6%, and it begs the question whether we are at rock bottom here, whether that interview could be a bottom, whether this could be a catalyst for change, for positive change. Is there any chance of that happening, David?
Well, he has to just get this company stabilized and get production stabilized. So the operating side has to kind of become a normalized company. And then he has to deal with these legal issues and the go private move that he's trying to make. And he's got to get funding lined up and really just make this look like a normal go private effort where he's got bankers and attorneys who are actually commandeering this thing and working with him, and the board is reviewing it, and there are actual funding sources or a plan. This has got to come out soon, or the market is just going to continue to view this with great skepticism.